Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to the Heroes Talk podcast, where we talk heroes from Earth all the way to a galaxy far, far away. I am Soccer Gamer, one of your hosts, and with me is my co-host, Shotwire.
Okay.
All right, so if you're new to the podcast, what we do is we split into three segments. We do first thing is superhero slash Star Wars news, where we talk superhero movies and Star Wars movie news, and maybe TV shows. And then we do gaming news, where we talk about the big stuff happening in the gaming world. And then we do some minor stories, where it's just some stories that we won't really talk much about. So the first thing is we're gonna do superhero slash Star Wars news, and the first thing is we had a special on the CW a couple days ago that was called "The Dawn of the Justice League." What did you think of the special?
I think it was pretty cool. Like, I'm ready for the Justice League movie to come out.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I think like that versus Superman is like setting it up pretty much.
yeah, I mean there was a bunch of new info that we got in that thing in that whole like 30-minute special.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm ready for a Justice League movie, and we've seen a lot through the TV shows already.
Oh yeah,
Like Martian Manhunter, I think was in um Supergirl, was he?
yeah,
I thought he was. Okay, yeah, and some other characters that we know are like in the DC universe.
yeah,
So
but the TV world and the movie world's not connected.
I mean, like, we see how they might be played out in the movie.
Oh,
We
okay,
kind of know
I see what you mean.
what they'll be like, and that
Yeah,
they're willing to do a Martian Manhunter.
yeah, I
They're
don't
not
know.
like, well, we don't really want to do him, so we're just gonna skip over it. Like, they've already done him, so they might do him in the movie world.
Yeah, because if in the special they only talk about I think they said seven Justice Leaguers, but if you actually listen, Jeff Johns says eight. Like he slips it. He says like eight, but they only announced seven. So I think Jeff Johns slipped that there is going to be probably Martian Manhunter,
Either he slipped up and gave info that was not supposed to be given, or he just slipped up
or he's just
and
talking
messed
about the
up.
comic books
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. Like, I'm not gonna say it
because
definitively that there's eight
oh
Justice
yeah,
League member in the movie.
yeah, it's not
Like, we'd
definitive.
have to have like, I
Yeah,
mean, if it's not if it's not confirmed, if it's not confirmed, there's like we can't know.
yeah. I
We
mean,
can only
and we
speculate.
yeah. And we also did get some concept art for all the people in the Justice League. So that was really awesome to see. Because we got a kind of idea of what their costumes will look like.
Like we've seen pictures, like a lot of pictures about what their costume might be, but it's kind of nice to see like a actual concept art of what they'll look like or
Definitely.
might look like. That's pretty cool.
I do like how Cyborg looks.
Yeah, like I'm excited.
I know
I
if
just hope that it's done good and well.
oh, definitely. I mean, that's what you want for every movie is that it's done well because I mean, Justice League is something that I grew up with and I used to watch that TV show, the animated series all the time. So, I mean, it feels so weird saying that there's actually going to be a Justice movie coming out. It just kind of feels like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening.
Well, it's been like waited for so long. Like people have waited for this for so long. A Justice League movie, like all
Yeah.
these superhero movies coming out that people have been waiting for a long time. It's not like just been a year.
Yeah. So
So I think it's finally cool to actually be seeing these come into movie and TV shows.
oh definitely.
Like the Avengers was so good that
Oh
it was
yeah.
like people. It's like it opened up a new almost genre of movies and television shows and games, really.
It did. It did. Yeah, I mean we it did a lot. Avengers did a lot to the to it kind of I think the Avengers kind of like made DC think like so a Marvel did it, why not we do can't we do it? So they're just like let's do it now.
Yeah, I think they're doing a little bit more, but I think they could be doing more in their movie world
Yeah.
because it kind of seems like every couple of years we get a DC movie,
Well, now,
and it's like every year we get like five different Marvel movies. It feels like.
well, now it's gonna start picking up for DC because they have that announcement stuff. So there's gonna be DC movies each year, and it's gonna be really awesome because they're gonna have all this DC
Yeah, like
movie.
I'm excited. Like I'm a DC fanboy, so I'm glad to hear that there's gonna be more movies coming out.
Yeah, talking about DC movies, Dawn of Justice League didn't just show Justice League stuff; it also showed some Batman v Superman clips. Like you saw little snippets, like new snippets.
Yeah, like I have faith in the movie that it'll be good. I'm
Yeah,
just not sure if it's going to be spectacular or amazing.
it's
I
most
think it'll be
definitely
good.
it's most definitely going to be an entertaining film. To say I don't know if it's going to be a good quality movie. I know it's going to be entertaining, but I don't know yet if it's really going to be a quality movie. Like Ben Affleck looks amazing as Bruce Wayne slash Batman. For me, I think he looks awesome. He looks like Bruce Wayne. Ben Affleck looks like Bruce Wayne.
I think like when you first hear about it, like Ben Affleck as Batman, but then when you actually see him being Batman, I think he wants.
I mean, he's like us. He knows about the comics. I bet you he was helping Zack Snyder because Ben Affleck himself is a director and a director of a Oscar, I think at least nominated film. I don't know if it won, but he's definitely he
Yeah,
was. I
it's
think
a
it
bit
did win.
experienced.
I think he did win an Oscar for Best Picture for the movie that he directed. What was it called? Gosh, I can't remember what it was called. But he made a really popular movie that I think like won the Oscar. So he has experience and he knows. He's even said in interviews a bunch of times like he knows Batman. He knows Batman really well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we learn that Ben Affleck's been helping Zack Snyder do this Batman v Superman movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. Like, isn't he directing the Batman movie supposed to come out after Dawn of Justice?
It hasn't been confirmed, but there's been interviews where Ben Affleck's been saying he feels inspired to direct a Batman movie, which might be confirmation, but it's not really confirmation.
I mean, I can say I'm inspired to do a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I've done that before. I mean, the rumor is if the sole Batman movie rumor is that it will be an Under the Red Hood story, which would mean it would have to be a prequel to Batman v Superman, which I was kind of if they're going to do Batman movie, I would expect it to be a prequel just because Batman's been retired and he's coming out of retirement. So I would like to see his early years, especially like since Jim Gordon we know is I think is been confirmed dead in this universe. I really want to see a prequel to Batman v Superman because I really want to see that partnership with Batman and Jim Gordon in this new cinematic universe.
me too. I think they'd be missing a lot if they took out Jim Gordon, like from the actual Batman movies. They'd be missing so much
Yeah.
because
Uh,
Jim Gordon actually plays a vital role in Batman.
oh man, Jim Gordon was fantastic in like the latest Batman movies, in the last Batman movies.
Yeah, he was spectacular. It was like it kind of portrayed their friendship.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
that's like I don't know how you could do it better.
even the Arkham games show how important Jim
Yeah,
Gordon is.
yeah. Like when like it was kind of a dramatic moment when like he told him that Oracle was well, his daughter was Oracle, and he was
Yeah.
like, "My daughter." And it just I was surprised, and I think that if they could do that in a movie, not necessarily him revealing that his daughter's Oracle,
Yeah.
but the way the dynamic is between them.
Yeah, like, did you like the new clips that were shown? Because we got some new, like, I guess you would say angles of the new, like, the big, like, suit that Batman's gonna wear, his armored suit, and there was
I
some more,
love the other two.
yeah, and there was some more details, like, they were talking about how, like, Lex Luthor knows everything about Bruce Wayne, and he knows everything about Superman. So, I mean, what do you think of that? Like, Lex Luthor knowing everything about, were you expecting that, or were you not?
I really wasn't expecting him knowing everything. I guess like the way he's kind of setting it up in the trailer
Well,
could
yeah,
be
because,
suggested that he may know that Batman is Superman. I mean, not
well, Batman is Superman.
Bruce Wayne is Batman. Kind of like, kind of speculate that he knew. in the trailer.
Well, yeah, I mean, he says, I mean, they say even in the thing that in the Dawn of Justice special that he is the one that's kind of making Batman, kind of manipulating Batman and Superman to fight each other. Even though Batman's mad at Superman, they even say that Lex Luthor is kind of like using that anger for him to like try to kill Superman.
Yeah, like he wants Superman dead, and he wants to see someone do it. And I think
Well,
Batman's the man he wants to do it.
I think he wants Superman dead because if it is true that Jesse Eisenberg is not playing Lex Luthor but Alexander Luthor, his Lex Luthor's son, I would think that maybe Lex Luthor got killed in one of the buildings that got destroyed while Superman was doing something, and while the whole thing was going on.
I could see that happening. It's almost like the Lex Luthor of this universe.
Yeah, I mean he does call
Like
himself Lex.
if it's done that way, because we don't know. Because if his dad was dead, why was I don't know if you'd call them um like his dad's name. I don't know if you'd call not his dad's name, but I don't know if you'd call him Junior after his dad's dead, or if you just still keep calling him Junior.
Yeah, I mean,
But I could see it being like the people calling him Lex Luthor instead of Lex Luthor Jr. since his dad passed away, or died, or was killed by Superman, or whatever. I could see that happening.
yeah, I mean, I don't think we don't know like 100% sure that he is that he is Lex Luthor's son. There's been websites reporting it, but there's really nothing. I don't even has there been anything official from WB saying that?
I don't know. I don't think there has been. Like, I'm pretty sure if there had been, everybody would know about it.
Yeah, because I know there's some people who don't. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would be interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if I want Lex Luthor dead in the universe, just like I don't want Jim Gordon dead.
Well, it's kind of dead unless.
We know there's gonna be flashbacks
Oh.
to Man of Steel from Bruce Wayne's point of view.
I mean, I like that. I would kind of prefer it being like at the beginning of the movie and then going to now and not doing any more flashbacks. I prefer it that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's good,
Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to show it in a way because they you need to see how Bruce Wayne feels and stuff.
well, I think at first when you heard Batman vs Superman, it's like they're fighting why, and then it's kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of get why they're fighting a bit
I have
more
a
than when it was something else.
I have a theory that Jim Gordon was killed in one of the in like the Wayne Tower building, and that's why
I would not be surprised.
if that's why he's really hates Superman.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like if you know the comic books, like I think we know the comic books,
yeah,
um, you kind of think that Batman and Superman is at the end of the movie or later.
yeah. Um,
So it's a bit
it's gonna. I feel like
um,
it's. Yeah, go ahead.
it's a bit like spoiled for people who know the comics. I think it always is when you're watching movies
Oh, definitely.
like
When you're
that.
watching comic movies, it always is.
So I don't know. I'd hate to see them enemies the whole time. Every single movie, them be enemies.
Although, is it just me, or I feel like it's gonna be weird having them like fight to like almost like the death, and then although they're like, okay, let's be best friends now and take down Doomsday.
Well, unless somehow Superman shows him that, I'm not all bad.
I'm not all
Like,
bad. I just
I
killed
don't want to
7,000
kill.
people.
I didn't mean to kill 7,000 people. I
You know,
meant to kill one.
that's actually canon.
God.
That's actually canon. The 7,000 is actually canon. That's a canon death count. It's 7,000.
Man,
It's like, oh my
man.
gosh.
Like, there's a thing that some people did that they calculated if Batman and Dark Knight Rises could have gotten the bomb, and they said that there was no way in the little time that he had to get out of the city that he could have gotten the bomb away.
Yeah,
Because
that felt kind of weird.
he would have gotten the explosion away, but he would not have gotten the nuclear radiation away.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
so what are your final thoughts on the Dawn of Justice League thing?
I think like I'm more excited about this movie. Every time you hear news, you're always more excited about the movie. but I'm interested to see how it turns out. Basically, I'm kind of still in the standpoint I was before this trailer came out.
Okay. My final
I'm still
thoughts.
interested to see.
Yeah.
Not trailer.
Yeah,
News.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Um my final thoughts on this Dawn of Justice League trailer. I think it was what they promised. Oh, wait, we forgot to talk about the Wonder Woman stuff. I just thought about that.
We've already spent too long in this segment.
That's fine. Let's just give your okay, just give your quick little thoughts on it real quick. We won't talk about it. Just give your quick little thoughts about it.
Um, like I don't know. Like I
It's not
haven't really
much.
been
It's
thinking
not
much
much.
about it.
It's just a couple scenes.
Yeah, but I think her costume fits well with how it is
Yeah.
in the comics.
Well, you know it's in World
I
War
could
One.
really, yeah. So she's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's not like she just appeared
She's
yesterday.
old.
So I don't know how that's gonna turn out
Yeah, I see what you mean.
because I almost said like how did Batman not know about her? But then again, like I don't know how I don't know how she'd fit into it unless Batman actually knows who she is, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, because I heard that Batman might actually be in the Wonder Woman movie, which actually makes no sense at all.
Yeah, break the laws of time
So,
and physics to have Batman in a movie.
I don't know. Like, my quick little thoughts on it before I give my final thoughts on the Dawn of Justice thing. My quick little thoughts is it looks cool. We still haven't heard Wonder Woman talk, so I don't know how good this actress is gonna be as Wonder Woman. She just looks cool. That's all we really know. I know she's not really an actress. She's more of a model. She's not really an actress. So I don't know how
Hmm.
she's gonna do, which kind of worries me. But I
I'm sure
trust.
I picked it too well.
I could trust Zack Snyder, but I don't know. It looks cool.
I'm pretty sure that if it was not picked well, he would not have picked her.
Yeah, so it looks cool. I mean, don't we know Chris Pine's in it, I guess, and he's like I heard he's like Wonder Woman's boyfriend in the World War One. So, because he plays Chris Trevor, who was Wonder Woman's boyfriend in the comics, if I am correct.
I just hope that she's not all gonna be like, um, weird. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean she looks cool.
because sometimes they make the characters weird and they end up being stupid.
Yeah,
I kind of feel that way with Hawkeye in
yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow. He's
He
kind of
he
weird,
feels weird.
and
Yeah,
he comes on too strong.
yeah.
Like, well, how about you give her time to like get adjusted instead of just being creepy about it? And I hope that's not how Wonder Woman's gonna be.
Yep. So, final thoughts on my Dawn of Justice League thing. My final thoughts is, it definitely gave the information that I wanted to know. It gave us what they promised us before it came out. I wished it was a little bit longer, but it's fine. I wish it was more of an hour thing, but it's fine. They gave us enough stuff, in that 30 minutes that got me super excited. New Batman v Superman, like little snippets, Dawn, Justice League stuff, Wonder Woman stuff. Um, but yeah, it was really awesome. Which actually, the Dawn Justice thing leads us into our next story. Why don't you tell them what it is?
New Suicide Squad trailer, or Suicide Squad trailer 2, as it's been called,
Yeah,
has been out for like how long? Like almost a week now. Or
almost a week. Almost a week. I think it might be a week. Um,
I thought it was a complete change of pace between the last trailer we had.
I liked it so much more than the last trailer. It was what I wanted a Suicide Squad movie to be. I didn't. I mean, I wanted it to be kind of funny but dark at the same time. Because I mean, it's all these crazy villains and stuff. I didn't want it to be like super gritty and like oh my goodness, dark and crazy. Should have been rated R thing. I want it to be a sort of, I guess, in a way, maybe like oh, I don't know. I don't know how you would say it. Like it wouldn't be a horror, but I would say something like a horror comedy, but not like that. I don't know how to say it.
Horror comedy, I've never heard that before.
There's stuff.
Well, I actually have,
There is things like that, but I don't know what to say. I mean, like it was.
but I mean, like, I've
Yeah, go
never
ahead.
seen a movie that's like scary while being funny.
I don't know. I've heard that genre before, so I don't know. I was just trying to think. I wanted it to be dark but funny at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say.
like dark, really dark humor.
Not really dark humor. I mean, just kind of like some dark, funny, but
I
then
mean,
you also
like,
have the dark humor and stuff.
yeah.
Because that's what
I was
Suicide
thinking
Squad
you were
should be.
thinking that it was going to be really dark humor. That's not
Yeah,
what you wanted. Because I don't want that either. Because I don't. I feel like it should be a bit more fun
it needs to be
and
fun.
fast paced.
I mean, look who's in the movies. There's like psychos in the movie. It can't be just. It needs to be fun because there's these crazy people. Like it's and they're becoming. They're sort of becoming here. They're becoming heroes. So it needs to be fun. Villains becoming heroes. That needs to be a sort of fun movie. Yeah, it could be dark, but it also needs to be kind of fun.
I think Harley Quinn, well, Margaret,
Margot Robbie.
Robbie, Margot. That's how you pronounce it. But Margot Robbie did pretty well in the trailer, I thought.
I think she was like the perfect casting for Harley Quinn. I really couldn't think of anybody else to play Harley Quinn. I know she was like everybody's number one choice before when like Suicide Squad was announced and stuff. So a lot of people are happy about Margot Robbie. I think she gets the crazy down pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, I think she does too.
I think Will Smith looked awesome in the Deadshot suit and stuff.
I think Will Smith was like a hidden gem almost. Like I would have never thought to pick him, but
I would have never thought to
he
pick
looks
him for Deadshot. But
would
see,
have thought. I
that's
don't know who
why
I thought.
I don't know who I thought. I mean, that's why I'm not a casting
How
director.
do you start picking someone really? It's
I don't know.
like there's some people that just fit the part so well, and there's some people that you have to think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I'm not a casting director because I have no idea what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have no idea who's good for the role. Like there might be a couple people like might be
Yeah,
good for the role, and I'd pick them,
yeah,
but I would probably end up picking the worst for the role.
yeah. What did you think of like the Joker's laugh? Like Jared Leto's laugh.
I don't think there's any definitive Joker laugh except the animated series.
Mark Hamill is the definitive Joker.
But well, I mean, like it's a definitive Joker laugh, but I don't think there's any right way to have a Joker laugh.
Cause
Um, like there's no way you can like there's ways you can mess it up, but there's no really way you can do it better than Mark Hamill.
no
So
one's ever gonna be as good as Mark Hamill as a Joker. I'm sorry. This is never gonna happen.
people keep comparing him to the animated series. And it's like don't keep comparing it to the animated series. Like I don't know, it just kind of bothers me. Like they only compare it to the animated series and not like actual comic book
Yeah,
characters. That kind of bothers me sometimes
yeah. I mean, he
because it's like
looks.
if it's not like the animated series, then I'm not gonna watch it. So I don't like that. I really just kind of wish they'd base their opinion on how good the character plays it, and not if it's like the animated series.
Yeah. I he looks okay. I'm still not down with the whole tattoo looking like gangster thing, crazy
Me
gangster
neither.
person.
Me neither. I
I,
think he would like laugh and say something about how your body is a temple, and like some weird thing like that.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I'm just not 100% with Jared Leto's Joker. I feel like he's gonna be just. I don't know. I don't. I have this vision. I always have the vision of Joker, and the Joker for me will always be Mark Hamill. So I've always wanted to see that exact version in the movie. But we're getting something different. I guess it's fine. Oh, excuse me.
yeah, like I said, I don't really think that you should just like have to compare it to the anime series, and you
Oh,
can
you
kind
don't
of
need
you
it.
should kind of compare it like to how good it is really that fits the
There,
character because there are some weird Joker interpretations in comic books.
there will be people who compare Jared Leto's Joker to Heath Ledger's Joker, even though they're going to be completely two different Jokers. I think, but they're going to compare it.
Well, it's kind of like if everybody tried to be Heath Ledger, it would be so boring.
Yeah,
And I think it's kind of better that everybody brings something different to the table.
yeah.
Because I
What?
mean, if Heath Ledger never brought anything different to the table, everybody would just keep comparing everything to the animated series.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like,
That's what I mean. Like sometimes when you go out and make a character your own
yeah,
in a way,
yeah.
it kind of adds something new to the character.
Yes, because that's what Heath Ledger's doing. I think Jared Leto said that's what he's doing with his character. He's not trying to copy anyone. What I see from the trailers, though, I feel like he's mixing different Jokers together. Like
Which is good.
the way he laughs is kind of the way that Jack Nicholson would laugh, and then the kind of the sort of the mannerisms are kind of like Heath Ledger in a way, or like
I think
or
it's kind of good that he's taking inspiration and making it, like I said, his own.
yeah, he's taken inspiration, but he's taking inspiration from all Jokers, but then just making it his own kind of thing, which is what you need. What a new actor needs to do. You can't just keep copying and pasting every time,
Because
even
like
even though it is
you can't
established.
you can't please everyone. There's no way
Yeah,
to please every single moviegoer in the world that wants to go see Batman vs Superman. So
yeah,
like, there's gonna be some people that he should just completely do the same as Heath Ledger, and then there's gonna be it's like he's just copying Heath Ledger. So you can't please everyone. And I think the best thing you can do is just go out and make it your own.
yeah. I also thought a surprise person for me in the trailer was Jai Courtney as the Captain Boomerang. He was funny.
He was.
The
Well,
one.
Captain Boomerang, like, just the name sounds stupid,
Yeah.
and some of the ways he's portrayed in the comics is pretty stupid.
Didn't he
And
kill
I
Tim
think that
Drake's
it's
dad
good
though?
that they're not making him a gritty character like he's like Batman. I'm Captain Boomerang.
Didn't
It
he?
doesn't sound very intimidating.
Didn't he
So I'm kind of
kill?
glad they're making him more of a funny character.
Didn't yeah? Didn't he kill Tim Drake's dad?
Yeah, he did.
So he did do some stuff. It's I mean
I
I
mean, he
forget.
did do some stuff, but I mean, it's not like Captain Boomerang is gonna strike fear in people's hearts.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd be that scared of somebody named Captain Boomerang.
Especially with all the other people running around Gotham
Oh yeah, like the
and
Joker,
Atlantic City
Harley.
or wherever Captain Boomerang originates.
Yeah, but the part where he jumps out of the body bag and just randomly starts punching, I started laughing because it was just hilarious. I don't know why. It was just funny.
That's crazy. That's funny.
It
I
was
like that.
funny. I mean, and then
So what do you think about Jared Leto's Joker like taking Harley Quinn to that acid pit looking thing?
oh, it's the New 52 origin. They're doing the New 52 origin where he pushes her in the acid.
At first, I was like, "What in the world is happening?" Like,
And if
when I
you,
first saw it, I
yeah,
was confused. And it's like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
and they show why she has the pink and a blue hair because she was wearing a blue shirt and Joker was wearing a like a pinkish shirt, and then the chemicals kind of combined it into her hair.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Though
I
I don't know
mean,
if that makes scientific sense.
I would definitely like the original Harley Quinn kind of origin story more, but I mean New 52 is now the current comic books, even though I hear they're probably rebooting it.
I think DCU's out now.
I
I
heard
think that the DC New 52 is old now.
I think they're rebooting it too. I heard something like they're rebooting it in the
Oh
summer.
yeah, they are.
In the summer.
Yeah, they're doing that whole convergence thing.
Yeah, but in the summer they're supposed to reboot it, so I guess that means Jim
Reboots.
Gordon Batman will be gone.
Well, so many reboots, like Commissioner Gordon being Batman. Really?
Stupid. And he
It
looks like
makes
a
no
bunny. He
sense.
looks like a robot bunny.
I just grabbed a lot of nothing in this game.
I mean,
But anyways,
it's yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, so let's just you just give your final thoughts on the Suicide Squad trailer.
I think that it's a lot better than the first trailer, to be honest.
Mhm.
I think that it captures Suicide Squad a bit better in that trailer, to be honest. And it kind of made me a bit more excited for Suicide Squad.
Definitely. I I pretty much would say everything that you say your final thoughts just because I wasn't excited at all for Suicide Squad. I was just like I
Yeah.
don't know. It just looks like just like too serious of a movie for all these like psychos to be in it. But then this trailer, you got the crazy 80s music in the background. You got a dude jumping out of body bags or randomly punching people, people cracking jokes. It's like this is going to be a movie that is wanted with a Suicide Squad movie, like I said. So yeah, it just looks like a fun but dark movie. So the next thing that we're going to talk about in the superhero slash Star Wars news is actually some Star Wars news, and it's actually some sad Star Wars news. Star Wars Episode 8 was officially delayed to December 15th, 2017, so about a 6 month delay.
Uh, I think like people are gonna be upset, but man, 6 month delay.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm not as mad because I enjoyed going to see Star Wars in December. I mean, it was Christmas break and it was all like fun because it was Christmas break and you be your family and you go see it with your family. It was fun.
I think one thing it is better to go see movies in the winter.
Yeah, cause summer's too
I don't know
packed
why.
nowadays. Summer is way too packed
It's so
nowadays.
packed, and then like down here in Texas, it's really hot, and I'm so tired. Like of getting out of the car and going there is just burns you up. Like it's hot.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of glad when it's a bit cooler, because like December's not really cold down here. So I think
yeah.
it's like the perfect time. You know?
Yeah, so the rumored reason why it was delayed, now this is rumored, so this is not confirmed that this is the reason why it's delayed, it's rumored, was because that Lucasfilm slash Disney was surprised about how much people love these new characters. That the only characters, the new characters that they said were Finn, Poe, and Ray. I think that's who they said, and they said that they were gonna put them in the movie more. Now, how much more? I don't know how much less they were in the movie because they said the rumor also is that they're shrinking two new female roles. They're gonna shrink them because they were supposed to be bigger, and now they're gonna shrink them. So I don't know about that. I mean it's from a very credible source, making Star Wars, I think .com or .net. He gets like almost everything right. I feel like sometimes he works at Disney, but but yeah. I don't know about this. I mean, I'm not worried anymore because it's like okay, they're gonna fix it now. But I mean, I don't know how much. Like, I don't know how little they were going to be in the movie. I don't know how much they were going to be in the movie. I feel that they're just adding a couple extra scenes and stuff. I don't think if that rumor is true, I don't think it means they were barely in the movie. I just think they're going to add a couple extra scenes for those three characters.
Even though like it's from a credible source, I just don't. I don't see that makes sense. Like,
I,
why would you add these new characters and then not use them much in the movie? Or use them to where you would have to shrink another character down to even put them more in the movie?
yeah, I mean, it's a rumor, so don't take it with a take it with a grain of salt, but, if it is, I mean, we won't ever get a confirmation that that's the reason why. We won't. They will never tell us that was the reason why. In the Disney press release, why they said it was just because they said they did good in December. That's all they said because they did good in December. So they're doing they're
Yeah, it makes no sense. Actually, I think if you did good in December, you'd want to do it quicker.
yeah. I mean, I think they want to make Star Wars a December franchise, like a December franchise that comes every December, so people now have something to look forward to besides Christmas
I
and
get it.
spending with your family on Christmas break.
Like it did well in December, so we're just gonna wait till December this year.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue One. I mean,
Okay, that makes a lot more
it's not like we're
sense.
gonna be without a Star Wars movie. I mean, Rogue One is still coming out, so it's like it's fine. I mean, it's like fine, and we got Batman v Superman. We got other movies to keep us satisfied until that movie's coming out. But I did hear that there's a that they that where they're shooting in London, there are chances for we have it's been this story's been out for a while, and I haven't heard anything from Disney that this is actually true. That Disney never came out and said, but there was possible more delays for episode 8. This came out a couple days ago, and it said because the lighting technicians or the technical people that are working for the UK like movie stuff, they're going on strike because they haven't had a raise in 4 years, and that would mean they said it would affect episode 8, and it would affect the Wonder Woman movie.
That sounds crazy.
But it's been out for a couple days, and Disney hasn't said anything about it. I have a theory that another reason why they pushed it is because maybe they knew that they were going to go on strike, so they were like, okay, I need to push this.
Maybe
They kind of heard
that makes
rumblings
sense.
they kind of heard rumblings and stuff. They're like, oh no, they're gonna go on strike.
I can't like we hear like people go on strike, but it just sounds crazy.
I mean, even if they did go on strike, I mean, Disney has so much money, and they would work something out with the lighting, the technician
Yeah,
people.
I don't think that makes sense.
I don't even think I don't know. It's just something I feel like it doesn't. Oh,
So that's it. That's the end of story. It's delayed. So
yeah, it's delayed. So
don't worry about the reason. Just know it's delayed.
yeah.
That's like people. I don't really think you have to think much into it. I don't really care why it was delayed. Like unless it's some stupid reason, I would care.
Oh, I mean, it
But
doesn't. It's not as hard. I feel like it's not as heartbreaking for me as it was for Arkham Knight because I feel like Arkham Knight I was so mad, but with this, I'm not really.
this is like we're not waiting. It feels like 2 years.
I know. I mean, and you know, the original release date was the original release date was May, but before they said May, they said December. So now they're going all the way back from where they started to December because they changed it from December to May, and now they're changing it back to December.
Yeah, they're not very sure what date they're gonna do this movie on.
Oh, I mean, they did it with Force Awakens too. They changed it and stuff. They kept changing it from May to December.
Yeah, so that when they changed that much, it kind of makes me wonder what. But like, all I know is that it was delayed,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
that's
don't.
probably all I'm gonna ever know. Not it's not like they're gonna say,
They're not gonna
well, it was
say why it
delayed
was
because
delayed.
we, we were lazy and these people were on strike, so we didn't release it. Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna say that or release why, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, my final thoughts on this is that it doesn't really bother me as much as I thought it would. I mean, for like a minute, I was really mad. I was like, no, why? But then I kind of thought about it. I was like, it was fun going to December. I mean, I mean, it's not like there are all these movies coming out and all that other stuff. So I mean, there's no really
Which
other.
actually may be the reason that they did it in
Well,
December.
yeah, Avatar was scheduled to come out in this. Avatar 2 was scheduled to come out that December, but then they delayed it again. Avatar 2 got delayed
That's
again.
weird. They're making that? I didn't know they were making Avatar 2.
Yeah, but anyway, like I mean, it's fine. I'm not as mad as I thought I would be, so I guess it doesn't really matter for me. I think it's a good thing. I mean, because J.J. Abrams and people who have sources inside Disney, I've heard, have said that Ryan Johnson's script is like so good that it's unbelievable.
Wow.
So I'm fine. What are your final thoughts?
I think that, I mean, it's gonna come out in December, and I'm okay with that, really, to be honest.
Yep.
I'm not upset, really. Like, when I heard that it's coming out in December, I was like, December? That's kind of weird. And then, like, the more you think about it, the less you care.
Yeah. So
So,
so
I think that it kind of thinks people who are so excited about it coming, and were, like, just going crazy about it, and then they hear that it's not coming out until December, I think kind of stinks for those people, but
yeah.
all in all, I don't really think that it mattered to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you in that way. But give everybody tell everybody what our next thing is in superhero slash Star Wars news.
The next news is a review of Flash and Arrow episodes. We're gonna start off with Flash,
All
and
right.
I'm gonna do the Flash this week, or at least, yeah, this week.
Yep.
And what date was it on? December 2nd. December 2nd's Flash.
Yeah.
Currently, the December 3rd Arrow has not been released, so we're gonna do the
Oh wait, it's not
previous.
December. It's February.
We were talking about December so much, I got confused.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
February.
fine. It's fine.
Why are you doing December's episode? That was like forever ago.
Yep. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about this week's Flash episode. We're not gonna talk about this week's Arrow episode because while recording this,
Well,
Arrow's about to come out and
it's on right now.
it's on right now. So it literally just started, and I think I forgot to record it. So
Great so
yay,
far.
I'll just have to watch it on demand. So it's fine. So
Great, like, it's amazing.
it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna talk about last week's Arrow episode, and but we're gonna talk about this week's Flash episode. So let's start with this week's Flash episode. What did you think about this week's Flash episode with Tar Pit?
Tar Pit, like I don't know much about Flash. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you the truth.
Neither do
Um,
I.
I didn't know anything about Tar Pit. I thought he was created for the show, but then I figured out he's actually a real villain in the
He looks like a
comics.
carbon copy of Clayface.
Well, it's kind of like Clayface, but without all the cool powers.
Yeah, he can't. I mean, wait, he did morph at the
No,
end.
I'd rather be Tar Pit than Clayface, to be honest. Just being Clayface kind of stinks.
I don't want to.
Like,
I would rather face Clayface than Tar Pit. I don't want to get burned. I would rather like.
I mean, I'd rather be Tar Pit
Oh
than
yeah, I'd rather be
Clayface. Because
Tarfit.
at least you
What?
look like a weirdo with mascara on instead of looking like a big clay monster all the time.
Yeah, I can control it with Tar Pit. I can look like a human
You can't
still.
even eat. There's nothing you can do like with his Clayface.
I know, you're just it goes nowhere.
Terrible. This
I
is
know.
terrible, especially the animated series Origin, which is horrible.
Yeah, so you still kind of go over what happened in the episode, and then we'll kind of talk about. So, what was the first like big thing that happened in the episode that you hopefully remember?
Um, I, I lost it yesterday, but it's not like I have a picture perfect memory. But I think the first thing that happened was the race. Him being in the race is like one of the first notable things.
Actually, you know
Not
what?
the race with Tar Pit, but the race like when he's just racing and they're all kind of figuring it out, and his
Actually,
dad's kind of like,
just
"I'm okay with it as long as we have a son," and then she's like, "You need to be a dad," and then family drama started happening.
actually do this. How about we go over our pros and then our cons, and then we'll do that.
Pros, I think they're setting up Wally's speed.
Yeah.
Some foreshadowing right there.
Foreshadowing.
And like it's not even subtle foreshadowing. Like you wouldn't even have to be a Flash fan to know the foreshadowing if you were really paying attention.
Yeah, you're.
You love speed so much,
Yep.
and Flash has speed, and Harrison Wells is stealing Flash's speed. Like, cause to be honest, I thought he was not even going to be stealing his speed, and then Wally was going to get hurt, and then the only way to save him would be to give him speed.
Yeah, I am.
I wasn't surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but it didn't. And thinking back, I'm kind of glad it didn't, because that sounds horrible.
Yeah, I would have to say my first pro, or yeah, my I guess I would say pro is I would say I don't know. It was a cool episode, but it wasn't one of my favorites, so I don't have a lot of pros. But I do say I think I liked Harrison Wells in this episode. I think Harrison Wells was cool in this episode. I think I was surprised when he actually told them that he actually did it.
Yeah, I did not know that was going to happen. I was like, why are you telling them? And then they way overreacted.
Joe. Why was Joe there? It felt so. It
And then they
felt
walked
so
into
like
jail.
it didn't feel organic. It just felt like it was staged. It didn't feel organic.
I
It was
don't
just
know. It felt like, what a jerk,
yeah. So that would
Joe.
definitely
It's like his daughter's been kidnapped, and you are doing nothing to try to catch Zoom.
that's yeah. I mean that was probably one of my cons was that whole like Joe punching him in the face and the overreacting. I was like, oh
You
my
even told
gosh.
him, I'm gonna turn on you, basically saying I'm turning on you right now. It's just you don't know it. Like
I
that's
know.
basically what I took from it.
I know Barry's just like Barry's, and then the whole thing. I have to go to another con. I'm sorry, but another thing is why does Barry want to have another father figure? He has Joe, and he has his dad's out of prison. Why does he need Harrison Wells to be his other father figure? It just doesn't make absolutely. It makes
I don't
absolutely no
know. Like
sense.
I think he's just desperate, like for father figures.
I know he's like
I
my
need so
dad's
many father
somewhere.
figures. Well, eventually Joe's gonna die, so I need someone else after he dies. So I'm picking you.
I mean, Joe's there. Joe was
Like,
his father growing up. I was like, what? Joe's pretty. It was like his stepfather growing up. So it's like, what in the world? Why do you? He's like, I was so close with the past Harrison Wells, and then he's like, and then for some reason
I
Harrison
think
Wells thought it was the 50s and said scram.
I'm gonna tell you something that I'm getting sick of in the Flash episodes.
Okay, tell me.
It wasn't Harrison Wells. It was Eobard Thawne.
I
I'm so
know.
sick of hearing that. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of people saying, "Oh man, the old Harrison Wells kept so many secrets." It's like, no, he didn't. That was Eobard Thawne. The old Harrison Wells was
Yes,
like devastated.
yes. I now thinking about that.
He was so
Yes,
mad.
It's so annoying.
That's
Now
the
I think
con.
about it. It's
That's
like
like a con
why?
for the whole season.
And even Eeyore Thawne was in one of the latest episodes. It's like you're still calling him the
Oh, and
older.
they called him Harrison. Like they referred to him as Harrison Wells in that episode.
I know.
I don't get it. I
I
don't get
still I
what
don't like how
the
they call
signs
Harrison
were.
Wells Harry though. I don't think that just feels weird. I don't like how they call him Harry. It's like
I think that they have
Flash
too
is
much of
too
a grudge
scared.
against him. Like I get that, like he looks like the guy who killed his mom, like because he was wearing that cloaking device and everything. But he's
Yeah,
not the guy that killed his mom.
he's
So
not.
quit saying like the old Harrison Wells did this. The old Harrison Wells did this. No, Ian Barthon did.
And that another I another con. Another con is that whole Iris going to the racing thing just was weird and
I
like
felt.
ugh.
I thought, what are you thinking?
Why would you
Do you
why
think he's gonna be like, oh my goodness, girl reporter, I'm so scared. I'm just gonna turn everything. I'm gonna
I
turn my life
know.
around. I'm gonna become
And
like a
why
fast
did
food.
why did she show him the phone? I was surprised the dude didn't smack the phone out of her hand.
I don't know why he didn't pick up the phone and crush it and then kill her.
Or not
Like,
or just release her or something. I don't know. Just like do because he was
I
just
don't know,
like,
because he was going on. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
oh my gosh, it was kind of weird.
The whole thing was kind of weird.
I mean,
But
it was like what in the world?
con for like one of the Flash episodes, the one with Ian Barthon in it. So many cons, but like
Wait, we're
he's
not
so
talking about the
worried about letting
Eberthon
them
one.
out. No, but I'm just gonna say this since we didn't review it.
Okay.
But he he was so worried about letting them out, but he already beat them. Like I think the timeline, just the writers are losing what's going on. I don't
I
think they know
know.
what's going on. I
It was
think they're
just
confused because I'm quite confused.
another con with this week's episode. Why is nobody like? Why does there's no really big effect? Because they don't even show Iris's mom dying. They're just like, oh yeah, she's dead. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, we're fine. We're just fine. We'll just mention it a couple times. We're fine. And Wally's just like, just gives everybody like just these straight faces and stuff. It's like, what is
He's
happening?
like, none of
Why?
you have been through life like I've been through life.
It's like,
Like
did you
he
not
goes
care
through
about your
that,
mother?
and he just like, I'm doing this for my mother and she's dead. He's just still doing it,
I know he
and
never.
it's
So
like,
that means he never did it for his mother. You know what that confirms? That he never did it for his mother. He just did it because he liked speed. That's pretty much confirms that he didn't do it for his
he
mother.
lied. Like a jerk. Everybody's a jerk. No
I
one's nice
don't.
in this series.
I don't really like the actor who plays Wally West. I don't know why. I just don't like the whole Wally West thing
Uh,
right now. I
I
don't.
think he's okay. I
I
think he's
feel.
okay.
I
I
feel
think
like
Joe was the perfect casting though. Like
oh Joe.
he's really good.
Joe sometimes acts like a movie actor. Sometimes not a not a TV actor.
Yeah.
Whoever plays
Yeah, like
Joe.
I think basically right now we're reviewing the whole season. Let's not lie to ourselves.
I know it just this I can't wait for next episode though. They're going Earth 2. That's gonna be amazing.
Earth 2. I thought that was gonna happen the first time we came back, and I was like,
I
I'm so
know.
excited, and it's like, oh, we
Why did
didn't do
they
that.
why did they have to go to Earth 2? Why did they have to wait till next episode to go to Earth 2? It's like can you just go to Earth 2 in the middle of the episode and then just have like a cliffhanger and then you go in the next episode something happens.
That was funny, like, when he's like, I don't have to like help you. You're not gonna hurt my daughter, and then he like just stabs him in the neck or whatever he does, and says, I can torture her and all this creepy stuff.
Oh, Zoom,
It's
yeah.
like I was not even thinking that. Like, yeah, he can't kill you, and then he was freaky about it.
Zoom is such a bad butt. It's like awesome.
The people in the show, not people in general, because people can't do anything about a fictional character,
Yeah.
but people in the show need to start doing more about Zoom. Like, he broke Barry's back, and everybody's talking about it like he's a Boy Scout. And it's like,
Nobody cares about Zoom.
he's that. And he kidnapped Harrison Wells' daughter. And you people need to pay more attention to him, because if you had been paying attention to Zoom, he wouldn't have been stealing, Harrison Wells wouldn't have been stealing your speed in the first place.
Yep.
So go after Zoom, because it's like Jay Garrett is dying.
I know they
And
don't even mention Jay Garrett.
the love story between him and that girl, I can't
Oh,
think of her name, is weird.
it's so
Because he looks so
bad.
much older. It's weird.
It's like
And it's not even
episode
funny.
Episode 2 Attack of the Clones Star Wars bad.
because it's just weird.
It
And then
just
like his other
doesn't.
self being really strange.
And
Like he's sitting there talking about his old self, and all that his old self had, not an old self, but all that the Earth One has to do is look at him and be like, "What in the world?" And then it's gonna create all kinds of problems.
is the
So,
is the Earth
like, has
is the
anyone
Earth
seen his
one?
face?
Is the Earth one Jay Garrett Zoom?
Earth One, Jay Garrett was shown in the show. Remember, like in
Yeah,
the
is he?
earlier.
But
It's
is he?
not this.
But is he Zoom though?
Oh, I don't know because I don't know.
His name sounds like it would be like something to do with Zoom.
We gotta check it out. We gotta check it out because like maybe if they like get Zoom's blood and he's
Yeah,
nowhere on the record books, not
yeah,
Brooks, but on the record books, like
yeah,
Jay Garrett's not on the record books.
yeah.
Let's go take him, just put him in one of those cells. Like, let's have Joe go and punch him, even though we don't definitively know.
I
That's what
know
we should do in the show.
Harrison.
Just go punch
I
people.
can't get over that scene. It's like he's like
I know.
Joe wasn't even in the whole conversation. He just sees Barry Mann. He's just
He
like,
always comes in, like, when I was watching it, like, with my family, I was sitting there watching it. Oh, here comes Joe. Like, oh, great. Right when he's giving this big confession, Joe's gonna come in and
I know,
overreact.
and that's like police. Joe was doing some police brutality in this episode. Like,
I know.
first he like
Everybody was
punches.
hurt.
Oh, it's like what is happening?
Like, they're all like, we're gonna kill him, and then, like, Cisco's like, amen. It's like, these people are weird.
It's like,
And
oh
then
my
Flash
God.
was like, we'd all do the same. And I'm like, somebody understands in this show.
Yeah, I'm being critical on this episode because usually Flash is at minimum decent episodes. This one just felt kind of it felt Tar
Rushed.
Pit
Felt
Tar
like they were trying to set up Earth 2 so much.
Tar Pit was a throwaway villain who they didn't character develop at all. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, you were thrown in a tar pit and the whole particle accelerator happened to you. And then the whole Iris. How was Iris about to die from getting stabbed in the shoulder with glass? It's like how is that? How does it make any sense? It
I
was in her
thought
shoulder.
that was so stupid. It's cringeworthy, to be honest.
It was like
Like,
this is the
they
worst
they try to
episode of
make
Flash.
you get all excited, like, is she gonna die? And then it's just something stupid.
I know, cause I saw
Like,
a
did she get stabbed in the heart? I don't think she was stabbed in the heart because it's like nowhere near her heart when she got stabbed. Like, that's what was running through my head when I was watching the show.
I mean, I saw on Twitter before I watched it because I had to record it. I saw on Twitter somebody say, no, Iris, and I was like, wait, did Iris die? Did the promos actually spoil it for me? And then I watch it, and it's like, I was like, she just got stabbed in the shoulder. The glass just hit her in the shoulder.
Um, but I think that I think the way he figured out that he didn't have the quickest speed anymore
Yeah.
was decent. I think it was decent
Oh,
that when he was
yeah,
trying to think about it.
that was good. I think that was good. The whole kind of like that's kind of a pro for me, how he kind of figured out how.
That was a pro. That was pretty cool. Like the way he was like trying to catch the glass. That was
Oh
pretty
yeah, and then it
cool.
was all slow and stuff. And the whole kind of even though I don't like how Barry wants another father figure in Harrison, but I do like the kind of the relationship between Barry and Harrison.
I think that it's kind of cool. Like I love Harrison Wells as a show
Oh, hey,
so far.
Tom
The way
Covenant
he
or
acts.
whatever his name is awesome.
It's funny how like his hair's all messed up and looks crazy sometimes,
He's like,
but
'cause
it
I guess
fits
they're
like
supposed to
him.
represent a mad scientist.
I think, well, then again, it kind of makes you think that like he's not even caring about himself because he's so worried about his daughter. Like that's how I
Yeah,
take
I
it.
do. Harrison Wells is always a pro for me in every episode. He's just so good.
Like, yeah, he's just good.
And then I think
Um,
the whole how I feel that I don't know. Wally West kind of warming up to Joe felt a little rushed because it's just kind of like all of a sudden because the last episode he's kind of like not he just like okay I'll join you for dinner and then the next episode he's like oh yeah happy eating pizza every day what are we doing.
well, like I think it was almost like, okay, I'll hang out with you, Dad. Like, you need to back off some. And then when he backs off, he's all like, oh, this is just great. I'm having so much fun. And then when Iris is like, you need to stop doing the races, he's like, oh. And then Joe's always like, well, you people are trying to be my parents, so I'm just gonna leave. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get what his mindset. Like, he
Although
doesn't want a parent.
I
Basically,
was
what's going on?
other than that, I did like the relationship that was kind of growing between his son, the son, and the father. Like that speech about family was awesome by Joe.
Joe is just really good. Joe and
Yeah,
Harrison Wells.
Joe and Harrison was, and
Grant Gustin just he kind of looks young,
I like Grant Gustin always does a good job. It's just Cisco
but he's
always
good.
always amazing.
Yeah, I like Cisco.
Like when this episode, the characters were good. It was just kind of the storyline just felt bad. That's the problem with this episode. So, give your final thoughts on the Flash episode, so we can go into last week's Arrow episode.
It was like a 4 out of 10. Um, 4 out of 10 was basically because Harrison Wells and like the characters in the show are really good at their acting, but I feel like the story writers aren't as good with their writing as the characters are as in acting.
This is the
Because
first,
like
yeah,
there's um some weird things that happen like that don't make sense in the
yeah,
show
yeah,
that they don't really ever address or like they never fix it in the next episode.
yeah.
Like
I see.
I
What you mean.
was sure someone would say something about Harrison Wells, them calling him Harrison Wells, but nobody ever did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like it needs to be addressed.
If you had to give a
Like
score, if you had to give like a score for this episode, what would you give it?
like I said, 4 out of 10.
I would. Okay, so my final thoughts is I had a lot of problems with it, but that was just pretty much the storyline. I think the characters did so good that they prevented this from being an absolute trash episode. It was okay. It wasn't decent, but it was okay. Like Flash for me so far has been a minimum of decent episodes at minimum,
Yeah.
but this one was just felt okay. Just the storyline kind of felt weird at times. It was definitely a filler episode. It was definitely a setup episode. So that's probably why I didn't like it as much because I don't know. It was just a setup episode so they could go to Earth 2 and all that stuff. So I'm excited for next. I'm excited for the next episode. So I'm gonna give it 5.5 out of 10.
5.5 out of 10. I would get like I said, I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
Okay, so let's
I'm
get it. What'd you say? Go
okay.
ahead.
Arrow.
No, go ahead.
No, it's Arrow time.
Oh, okay, fine.
Like all I was gonna say was like it's. I wasn't gonna say anything important.
Okay, so let's get into last week's Arrows episode because we can't really talk about this week's. Although I don't know if I'm gonna like this week's episode because
Did you
something
get for
on
the future?
no, because I saw something on Twitter this morning that said that kind of teased that Felicity's gonna be the hero of this episode. So I was kind of like,
I definitely think she's gonna be the hero. They're trying to make her the hero of the season.
even though Roy's gonna come back, even though Roy's back for this episode, so I'm excited about that.
Also, like I think it was in this episode or in the last episode. Sometimes, no, not in this episode, but there's one episode. I'm so confused. There's one episode like when she first got shot.
Yeah,
It was funny because there's so much arguing between the team. So much.
yeah. So
Like it's something that's ridiculous.
yeah,
Like
it's a
I
lot of arguing.
just like in the episode they're trying to make Felicity hero. Like she's the strongest out of all of us, and it's like
Yeah,
Arrow, you got like stabbed through the chest and thrown off a cliff.
yeah. Okay,
And
yeah, but
like I'm not like saying like female characters can't be strong, but
oh yeah. I
I just
mean,
feel like it's like
yeah,
Felicity's like the best member of Team Arrow, and like I don't really think she is. That's just my opinion. Like there's
she's
other
cool, but
people
she's not
that
that
think
cool.
that's the best part of the show, but I just don't think that way.
Yeah.
Like I
So
think she's good, but
she's
I'm
good.
not one of the
She's
people that like quirky. I'm just that's not my style. That's not what I like. So I mean, it doesn't really bode well for her actor Chris. He's
yeah,
not talking well at all.
yeah. So
Not her. I can't even talk.
it's fine. It's fine. You
Anyway,
can talk about your Felicity rant, but it's just um so this last week's episode had to do with with anarchy, and it was all
what, it's a sad excuse for anarchy, is what I would call it.
but yeah, it had to do with
Like,
anarchy, and it had to
uh,
do with with Felicity being paralyzed. So why don't you start what I bet you're gonna start is your anarchy rant. Go ahead.
man, Anarchy. I was so excited when it was first announced. And if you look at the picture of Anarchy, when they first announced it, it looks like Arkham Origins Anarchy.
It
And I
does.
was like, I'm so excited. And then when they show him in the show, he looks like a wannabe. It looks like more of a Anarchy minion than he does actually Anarchy. And it just, I was so disappointed. And they
Okay.
always try to make him like so like. Wait, I'm not doing my rant here. You need to back off. I'm kidding. But like, they always try to like fuse the enemy with a hero, try to make them obsessed with a hero, like Cupid, and Cupid was just terrible. Not really the actor, just the way it was written. But like, why did he have to be obsessed with what's her name? Speedy. Why did he have to be so obsessed
Tia.
with her? I don't get it. I didn't Thea, whatever her name is, Speedy, Thea, Red Arrow, whatever. So many different names. But um, why did he have to be obsessed with her? Why couldn't he just be his own character? Like I thought that I just didn't like that.
Are you done?
And I'm pleased, like he got away at the end of the episode. Like what in the world? He was terrible.
The rant,
And
the
like
anarchy rant.
Arrow, Arrow was so confused in this episode. It's like, okay, we got him put in jail. Okay, let's let him out. Let's put him back in jail. Okay, we didn't get him in jail, so he's free now. Okay, and then he's like, oh no, he's going to kill Damien Dark's family. It's like you didn't expect that to happen. What is wrong with you? I understand that he's like blinded by rage, but there's just some things that did not make any sense.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that you just talked about your con is anarchy, and then your con is Arrow, I guess. A Green Arrow.
Arrow's reactions in this episode.
Okay. So is there anything
I'm not
else?
gonna say the world's the worst, but the world does gripe a lot, and
Is there
that's kind of a con.
is there anything else? Any? What about your pros? Did you have any pros, or did you just hate the overall
My
deal?
pros, like, I think that they portrayed like, except from his weird decisions in the episode, but I think that they portrayed Arrow well in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they portrayed him like he's so worried about her, and I think that kind of fit him. Um, though I didn't like him making weird decisions, it also kind of fits, like, he's so worried he's kind of stupid. So, like, it's kind of in the middle. I guess it's kind of a pro and kind of a con. Like, I don't like it personally, but it does fit the character in that instance.
Ye-
But I
uh,
feel like Felicity's being so forced, and it's so cringeworthy when you see her past self talking to herself. It's weird,
oh
it's creepy, it's cringeworthy, but
no.
I don't know. It was weird.
That emo, the
I'm trying
emo,
to not being mean,
the
but it was
emo,
weird.
the emo Felicity is definitely the worst part of that episode for me. For me, I didn't hate his anarchy as much as you did. I thought he was, I thought he was kind of cool, but I mean, I didn't hate him as much as you did. But how all of a sudden did he learn like, how did he learn like like,
That's exactly what my family said. They were like,
or not,
"What?
it's not
When
kung
did
fu.
he?"
What is it?
Yeah. Like he's
Sujitsu?
doing crazy fighting moves, and like when he gets burned, it's like he was terrible at fighting.
And what?
Speedy. I don't like Thea either. She thinks she's so cool.
I don't like what they did after I don't like what they did with her after he went to talk to what's his Dark Arrow. What's Dark Arrow's name?
Um,
Merlin.
Merlin?
Merlin.
Malcolm
Whatever.
Merlin.
Mark
Malcolm
Merlin.
Merlin.
Okay, but yeah, I don't like what they did I don't know. I don't know. She feels like she's always just she feels like bloodthirsty and like every episode she like just wants to kill somebody. It's just so weird.
Well, I mean, that is kind of her character, but to me
I
it
know it's her
sounds more like
care.
she's so addicted in all the episodes to something. Like, she was addicted to vertigo, and now she's addicted to killing.
It's like I mean, it's I liked her. I liked the relationship between her and Roy because Roy's awesome.
Yeah,
Roy's
I
awesome.
think it was done well. I think it was like, I think it was done better than um, the Jay Garrett and I can't think of that other girl's name. Like Frost.
Snow.
No, that's Caitlin. Caitlin Snow.
Yeah,
That's her name.
Snow.
that was terrible. I think yeah, and um, dang, I can't think of anybody's name. Roy was a lot better. I think it was thought out a bit better
Okay,
also.
yeah. I would have to say. So I'll go. My con is one of my cons was of course Goth Felicity, and then my other con is how bloodthirsty and how annoying it can get that her she just wants to kill like every episode. So I mean, and then Anarchy was okay. I feel since we saw that picture, I think Anarchy's gonna get a new mask and new outfit since we saw that picture. I think they're gonna change his outfit. I think it's just his first outfit. I think they're gonna change it, kind of like what they do with all the characters and change their outfits and stuff, like with Black Canary and making her White Canary and Arrow becoming Green Arrow. I think he's going to become something cooler and more Arkham Origins Batman. I mean, not Arkham Origins Batman. Arkham Origins Anarchy. Um, what else? I would have. I mean, what else? I'm trying
I
to think
know.
of something. I'm trying to. I didn't like how convenient it was that Damien Dark was at their house. It's like, oh yeah, it's so convenient. Look, Arrow. Arrow sees Damien Dark first, and then they're just like they don't say anything. They're just like fight, pow.
And then he's all like, "You still my family?" Like,
and
wow.
and
Okay, I'll let you live another week
he says,
to say you're my family.
why does he have to be so specific too? He's just like, oh yeah, 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks, dude. You got 2 weeks
Like
to.
I've thought this thing out like weeks and months and years, and you got 2 weeks
And why does and I
before I
liked
get my marijuana done. Because it definitely looked like marijuana in that big room. Like with that when it shows like we're nearly done earlier, like before the
oh the
break.
cornfield.
Yeah, it kind of looked like drugs.
Yeah, it was
But I
corn.
guess
They
it's
said corn.
what were they doing with corn? What can
I
you do
don't
with
know what
corn?
they're doing with corn. We don't know who was in the grave. We know it's not Felicity.
We know it's not Felicity, because, like, how could Felicity be dead and
or
also sitting in the car next to
or it's a ghost Felicity.
Or, or, it's her mom. I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't think
It
that have any
that there's a
significance.
that's what some people thinking because people are thinking that now. They're thinking that now because Felicity was so angry, like telling him like you need to kill him. Go. You need to like stop him and kill him. He needs to pay for what he
But what
did.
use would Damien Dark have to kill her?
I
Like,
know.
I can see how it pushes him.
I
I
think
don't
it's
see
gonna.
Roy die.
I see it being Diggle. I just see it being Diggle.
Roy, it's Roy. Okay, I don't know.
No, don't
It
kill
has to
Roy.
be somebody. It has to be somebody that Felicity likes, but that era would be devastated if he lost.
No, it has to be something that Flash knew too, because Flash is there, so Flash has to know who it
Yeah,
is.
he's there for about a full 2 seconds.
That's why it has to be Diggle. I
Okay,
don't want
sorry, I
it.
gotta go.
If it's Roy, there's a possibility that I may quit the show. No, I mean, I'm just kidding. But I'm so mad. I'd be so mad if it's Roy.
Oh man, if it's Roy, like I would be a bit upset because I like Roy.
Roy's
Like his
awesome.
storyline with America was felt like it was good. It was kind of
Roy's.
weird, but it was
I think.
okay.
I think I
I
like
think it
him.
was good when they set him up. Very well.
I think
I thought he wanted to be hero and everything.
Yeah. I think I like. I think I like Roy because he's kind of like the Dick Grayson of the Arrow universe, and Dick Grayson's like one of my favorite characters, so it's just kind of like, yay, more people like that.
I'm gonna go out and say like Roy Harper was done better than Wally West
Oh
is
yeah,
being done
I don't really like Wally
because
West in in
I
those
don't
episodes.
like when they do that whole thing where I'm doing it for my mom, I'm doing it for this, I'm doing it for this. It's like Roy's just doing it because he has to do it.
I
It's not
know.
really because there's. I think
Oh,
that
you
kind
know,
of makes his character a bit more
Roy is
mean
sort
than he
of
just wants to be a hero. I think that kind of makes the character good.
Roy. I would say Roy is a mix of Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. When I say Jason Todd, because he's like kind of like in a bad background, and but
Stealing tires.
yes, I mean stealing stuff, stealing her purse. So the first time you see Roy stealing her purse, and like,
I mean that's pretty. Yeah.
and then when I say Dick Grayson, I mean because he's not like as crazy as Jason Todd was, almost killing people. He was at the beginning because he had some drugs in him or whatever it was.
Didn't he like cut people's heads off? Oh, that's a
No,
different thing.
no, no,
Completely.
no. What are you
Isn't
thinking
that
about?
what I heard? Didn't he cut off those gang leaders' heads and then give to that one gang leader and like, I can do this to you?
I don't remember that.
I think I remember that.
I haven't
I think
watched
it's
the
he
full
worked like math to death.
I haven't watched the full of Under the Red Hood, but I don't know. This episode it was okay. I just feel I don't like how I liked how I don't like. I'm trying. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I don't like how Damien Dark's wife is evil too. I like that kind of
I
dynamic
didn't like it either. I
that
did not
he
like that. I was like, what? She's evil too? That's ridiculous. I
I
was like,
like
I think it's kind of cool that it's all a secret. It's
uh,
like, I think it'd be cooler that way
I like
than
the dynamic. I liked the dynamic that he was a crazy magical killer dude, but his not parents, his family didn't know about it, and his family was all normal, so he's kind of living a double life. I like that way more than just everybody being, we're going to do
It
something
seems
with
like I
corn.
said, like the biggest complaint that I've had with Arrow and Flash is it feels like by the end of the seasons, the series is just one thing, but the seasons, I feel like all the characters are either going to be a superhero or supervillain,
Mm,
and I get sick of that because it's like, oh, Laurel was pretty good in the first season, like she was okay, but this season she's like a superhero, like everybody else is. Get in the club. Yeah, it's like everybody is. So it takes away to me, like it kind of takes away from Arrow being kind of on his own to Arrow being with all kinds of different people.
mhm.
Because I like it better when the story is a bit more compact.
Yeah.
And I feel like the story isn't nearly as compact. I feel like it's all over the place.
Yeah. So, why don't you go ahead and give your final thoughts plus your score for this episode?
This episode of Arrow was probably like a 6 out of 10. Like I
Okay.
actually pretty much enjoyed it. I enjoyed it
So,
with some
so
critiques that I
average.
did have because Anarchy was pretty bad, and I was pretty upset. But like, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna rate it 1 out of 10 because Anarchy was in it, but I enjoyed it. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay, so you're gonna say
That's
so you
my
say it's
review. I'm just
average.
gonna say the review. Yeah, it's average.
It's average. I'm gonna
Just
put it.
let's do that. Make a
I'm gonna.
review site and then just put I liked it. I didn't like it. It was okay. That's like the three things I can say.
I'm gonna go with above average and go ahead and say 7, flat 7. I'm gonna go with a
Flat.
7, flat 7 out of 10 because I did enjoy. I think I enjoyed it a little more than you. I didn't because I didn't hate Anarchy as much. I sort of like. I mean, I didn't. Some parts I hated with our Anarchy, but other parts I kind of liked the parts with Anarchy. Um, I didn't like how everybody in the Dark family's like evil. I guess that just kind of felt weird to me. What else? I
His
mean.
daughter probably rips the heads off of teddy bears. Everyone's evil. Like she probably has the Force too.
Yeah,
Damien Dark's daughter is Ray. Confirmed.
confirmed. But I mean, I liked, I don't really like Damien Dark as a villain, but just because
Me neither.
he just feels like a,
He tries to be so cool, and sometimes he is like, oh, that's freaky. But sometimes it's like, no, you no.
um, I'm excited that Roy's gonna come back. I'm okay with Felicity. I'm not, I don't know how, they're most likely gonna fix Felicity. She's probably not gonna be in a wheelchair forever like Oracle is. I'm pretty sure that's probably gonna happen. Um, But I mean, because they already have a name for her, Overwatch. She'd be like, she's gonna turn into a superhero. But I
That's
don't
a
know.
weird name.
I know, but I guess I would say, like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was above average. So it's 7, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So now we're going to get into the gaming news. I know we were on the superhero slash Star Wars news for a while because we had so much like big things to talk about. So we only have one big gaming news this week, and that is that Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens has been announced for June 28th, 2016 for pretty much all consoles. Yeah, all consoles.
And you can pre-order it now, just for the
Pre
fans out there that think they want to buy it. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I'm just gonna say that. Anyways,
Okay, so what
so
do
it's coming out soon, and like, I'm,
are you
I'm like,
gonna
I'm probably, I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Are
I
you
might
going?
get it.
Are you going to
I
pick
don't
it up?
know.
That's the question. Are you going to pick it up? Are you gonna?
I don't know. Like, I always like getting Lego games, and to me, it's kind of like it's fun and they last a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Also, I like Star Wars. I just like Star Wars as a whole.
Mhm.
So I might pick it up, I might not. Depends. Like, I don't know. It just kind of depends on where I'm at.
For me,
If I,
what? Well, Batman, what?
it's like I'm gonna have to see some more news. I'm just not sold on it completely yet.
For me, it's a 100% buy. Holy crap, I'm excited. This thing is awesome. There's some more news came out that I don't know if I told you yet. There's some more news that came out in Game Informer because they're coming out with news every 2 days, it looks like. They said they're coming out with news because the next news update was awesome. This game is going to not only cover The Force Awakens, but it's going to cover stuff before The Force Awakens, and it's going to have all your favorite characters in it. It's going to have different free roam worlds. So far, they only confirmed free rooms. Free roam worlds are Jakku and the Star Killer base. What else we got? So we know it's going to kind of bridge the story gap between Episode 6 and Episode 7, but also doing episode 7. Of course they're going to do the movie too. I do know it is confirmed. John Boyega put on his Twitter that he reprised his role as Finn in this game. So John Boyega is.
See that confused. That kind of was making me think. Like, does it mean just the audio's being taken, so he's kind of reprising his role without actually reprising his role, or does that mean he actually reprised his role?
When they say that, they mean they actually did it. They don't. They mean they actually went to do stuff.
Okay, so I guess there's new audio in this.
Yeah, I mean that. I'm guessing. If John Boyega's doing it, I'm pretty sure that Jay-Z really is gonna do it. I mean, at Disney Infinity, actually, all the voices came back to Disney Infinity. Every single voice came back to do Disney Infinity. There was only a couple characters that were in the Force Awakens kind of playset, and it was Poe, Kylo Ren, Finn, Rey, Adam, all of them, all the actors came back to do it, except of course Harrison Ford, because Harrison Ford's probably never gonna do a video game. I'd be really surprised if
No
he's in.
doubt.
I would be really
Unless
surprised if
he's
he's
gonna
in
get
this
like a
game.
cameo.
But I'm pretty
It'd be
sure.
kind of a pleasant surprise if he's in this game, though. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. We know. So the other stuff. I kind of went over the stuff that you know at launch, but there was some new news today. There was a new article that came on GameInformer.com that the article is titled "How Lego Star Wars Force Awakens I think, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing here, but I think it says expands the film's lore. I think that's what it says. And what it talks about is about how much they're going to do between Star Wars Force Awakens and what they're going to do in Star Wars Force Awakens. Because the guy even says in the article, the guy writes the article, he said at first I was what do you say? At first I was kind of nervous that
Skeptical?
this he was kind of nervous that this game was going to not have enough content in it, but then he talked to the developers about it, and he was more excited. Hold on, I'm gonna get it on my phone real quick. So why don't you kind of talk about your opinions on this game while I do that?
First of all, I want a free roamable indoor. I just want that. That'd be so cool. Like, if it's gonna be like in the past movies, like set in the past movies, like bridging the story gap, being like after the like Darth Vader battle and things, you can like be on Endor doing some things, maybe dealing with the aftermath of Darth Vader. I think that'd be kind of pretty cool. But let me like, I want an indoor. I just want a free roaming indoor as like Kylo Ren. That's what's fun about the Lego games. You can kind of just do whatever you want.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Hang on, I'm loading up right now. I'm not gonna go over all of it because it is a 10 paragraph article, so I'm not gonna go over all of it. I'm just gonna go over the some of the main points. He says right here. He says one of the concerns I had about the latest entry into the Lego Star Wars series orbited around its seemingly small scale, where previous entries compiled the events from several movies or seasons of shows. I assumed that Lego Star Wars Force Awakens would be solely devoted to what you saw from the movie. but that's only part of this story. Telltale Fusion, I mean not Telltale, sorry, TT Fusion is indeed retelling the story from the movie, but is also using events as a launching point for a slew of side content, including exclusive story missions that add to the Star Wars canon. So yes, whatever's going to be in this game will be canon, and he has a few
Wait,
examples.
wait, you can keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. What did you say?
Like, is there going to be is there going to be like is the exclusive stuff DLC or is it just like in the game?
I'll get to, that's actually what I'm about to get to in a second. So he says,
Okay.
so there's a quote here that says, obviously, it comes from the head of design at Traveler's Tales Fusion. Traveler's Tales Fusion is not the original Traveler's Tale. It is part of Traveler's Tales, but TT Fusion made other is another company for Traveler's Tales. They made the Jurassic World game. They made the Lego Lord of the Rings ones, and they made Lego Movie.
Yeah, like
They
I
made
was
some
wondering
other
what
ones.
is TT Fusion?
So he says, so cool here. I'm going to go over some quotes. He says, obviously, each IP gives you a very specific content that adds interest to the titles. Um, the thing with Force Awakens is that we've had the privilege of being able to add some extra content, some additional levels that take place before the events of The Force Awakens. It allows us to explore some of the backstory of the characters, which is an absolute dream for any Star Wars fan. There's a lot of exclusive stuff here, and we've drawn from the content and some of the other additional materials that Lucasfilm has been involved in. He says not all of it is exclusive, since the Star Wars lore is across a wide spectrum of media. Lego Star Wars Force Awakens will likely be the way that similar fans learn about some of it smaller will be the way that smaller fans learn about some of it, as game director says Jamie Eden. I think we packaged it into a young way that audience. Okay, so it says young audience. I mean, younger kids getting to play those levels that are based on books and comic books that have not yet accessed that they have not yet accessed, but they can play through Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. So that kind of means that they are not of it's all exclusive. They're going to do some of the books that have come out and put that in the game, and comics that come out to put in the game. So people that don't buy the comics and the books will be able to kind of get it through there. He says there are 6 missing missions that bridge content. So 6, and
Man.
there's 6 missions that bridges content. They pop up after completing story missions based on the film after every 2 or so. They require players to collect a certain amount of gold bricks before they're unlocked. Similar to how Traveler's Tales Deadpool missions work in LEGO Marvel Superheroes, the one key difference is that they are full-fledged missions, not smaller experiences that the Merc with a Mouth delivered. So they're not just those small things LEGO Marvel where they were just kind of like small little side missions. These are full-fledged like 30-40 minute missions. So he says, for instance, one of the missions will explain how C-3PO got his red armor placement. It's a story that
That's cool.
let's see. We've been working hard. We've been working together with Lucasfilm. It says right here we've been working with the Lucasfilm's lore masters. Is likely that
Lore masters.
it's likely that players will get to see aspects of the tale that aren't explored in print. So that shows that there's other stuff that haven't been in comic books that they're going to show. It says, I can't remember the first day on the project. We said we're doing some sort of level of content. I couldn't believe that we were going to make our own content that was going to be part of the Star Wars universe.
It's a lot of stuff.
Let's see. So the story, he says, obviously we will put gags and we put gags in, like with, for example, with characters holding sausages or riding around on pigs, etc. He says one of the film's highlight moments is when Rey and Finn meet up with Han Solo and Chewbacca aboard the iconic duo's new freighter. They acquired some dangerous cargo in the form of raptor creatures, which are huge moths with technicals and teeth. The game will let players see how these creatures were captured. Which was so they're actually going to show how these creatures were captured. So they are going to show, they're going to give background stories in this game, really. They're going to, but of course, in their humorous Lego way, they're going to give backstories, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how they got those creatures. Yeah, they're going to add some stuff. It says, what does it say here? It's pretty mind-blowing to really think that we've had the opportunity to do this. It's fantastic. It's fantastic to be able to look at all these fantastic new characters and speak to Lucasfilm about how can we sort of look into their backstory and how they were led to the events of Force Awakens. So they're going to go into some of the backstory of some of the characters. Um, the team has been able to flesh out some of the film's lore, including including the naming of the planets, of the new planets. We're covered or are in progress of covering some pretty significant events that happened before the film that give people more information about why certain things in The Force Awakens happen or why certain characters have ended up where they are. It says Taylor. He says it's pretty amazing. As excited as this will be for superfans, don't expect to get answers for some of the biggest mysteries. If you're looking to learn about Rey's parents, for example, you'll have to wait. So that's pretty much what they said.
That makes me think that there's a lot more content in this game than I originally thought.
Yes, I said I wouldn't do the whoops. Oh. I said I wouldn't do the 10 paragraph thing, but ultimately ended up doing it. But I just kind of read through it quickly.
Yeah, it didn't take that long.
So, are you now, does this change your interest in the game at all?
It has. It's made me a bit more interested. Like, I think that it's cool that Lego actually gets the chance to do this. Like, I've never seen a Lego game actually creating lore for any type of object or subject or anything.
Yeah.
So, I think it's pretty cool. I just wonder how Lego will handle it, like what they're gonna do and what they're gonna add.
Of course, it won't be as serious as you would probably want it to be because it's a Lego game, so we're not going to get that serious.
I know.
But I mean, you'll just have to imagine how it would be in in an actual movie. But it's really awesome. I mean, we're getting the movie, but we're also getting six. I wasn't expecting six additional missions,
6 different lists is pretty cool.
and they're all like
You
full-fledged.
do have to unlock a lot of things. You're probably going to have to unlock everything to get the secret missions.
Which is fine. I'd rather have that than have to buy everything.
That's what I speculated in the beginning. Like, are you gonna have to like collect all the gold bricks to get the new missions?
Well,
I figured that's what they were gonna do.
it gives you.
Like, I think it, because some people might play the new missions and then that'd be it. I think it's kind of cool that you kind of have to do a bit more.
Oh yeah, I
Because I'm
mean,
always one of the people I'm looking for lists anyway, so I'm gonna finish the game if I get it. Anyways, it's not like oh man, I have to finish the game. I have to play this game more. I'll be kind of more like, I'll be glad there's some more stuff to do because I like
it
to
gi-
play everything.
Yeah, I mean, it gives a reason for gold bricks now. It gives a really good reason to collect gold bricks now. So it gives players a real reason to do it now. Besides, I don't know, getting some additional characters. This now you get actual missions that actually contribute to the Star Wars canon.
That are basically the same as other characters, based with a different skin.
Yeah, like Supergirl and Lego Batman 2.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of characters that would just copy paste.
Yeah, I mean, and this game sounds amazing to me. It's just like, oh, I can't. It's completely mind blowing that Lego game is actually going to contribute to and put new exclusive things into the Star Wars universe.
I know that's pretty crazy. I'm not think they were going to be doing that.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that there will be PlayStation exclusives, but it is timed. It's not always going to be PlayStation exclusive. PlayStation players will get it first, but they're going to get, when they buy the game on PlayStation, you will be getting the Droid character pack and the Phantom Limb level pack, which Phantom Limb probably is the one that shows you how C-3PO got his red arm, because it's a limb arm, and then Phantom, yeah, probably tells you that. That's probably the C-3PO one.
Yeah, I see that being something like. I see that being what that is.
And then I think I don't know if I mentioned there's also a deluxe edition which comes with which is $70, so 10 more bucks than the actual regular game, and it comes with a minifig of Finn in a stormtrooper outfit, and of course the main game, and then you get the season pass, which apparently is going to have a lot in it from what I've heard.
Yeah, like how much is the season pass? Is $10, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
$20 or
I'm
30?
guessing
Or
it's
is it?
$10 because the deluxe edition comes with season pass is only $10 more than the main game.
And you would get a quite a bit for your money, so I think
Well,
that $10 is reasonably priced.
usually in the Lego season passes, they usually put around like 40 characters in your 40 additional characters in your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so sick of like season passes being $50, like crazy amounts of money just for a season pass. I think it's a bit ridiculous. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
glad it's only like $10
yeah. So far,
instead of 100.
well, so far actually though, it's not the season pass is not up for separate sale so far. It hasn't been officially up for separate sale. Right now, it's only the only way you can get season pass at the moment is deluxe edition,
Of course.
which comes
Yeah.
with a nice gold cover art.
I love different cover arts. Just some of them look cool.
And
Just gold. I love the color gold. So I
yeah.
think that that'll probably look cool.
So do you have anything
Would you
else
like?
to
Yeah.
do you have anything else to add?
Like I've probably come closer to buying it now that you hear so much about it.
It's gonna have a
But
lot of content in
but
it.
yeah, it's a lot of content, and I'm kind of glad that there's a game that actually has a lot of content because there's not just a whole lot of games out there that give you more for your money. So I hope that this game goes well, and I hope that it's a good game and that it does well with the new things it gets to create.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So
that's my 2 cents.
was that your final thoughts?
Basically, my final thoughts. That's probably I'm just gonna copy it in a different way if we're gonna do it final thoughts.
Okay, well, I guess my final thoughts will be is that I am like over the moon for this. I really haven't got it. The first ever video game I remember playing is Lego Star Wars on the Game Boy Advance. And now it's finally back. I have so much nostalgia right now, and I forgot to mention that there's new features in this game called something called like Lego. There's something called multi-build where you can build a path, you can build something, uh, or you build a path, something like that, and then you break it, and then you rebuild another path that leads into another area, and then you can break it again, and it leads into another path, and or you
Looks
build something else.
crazy.
And then there's also like a
So
black. There's new what is it? There's new blaster battle things. It's called blaster battles where you now can like get cover and stuff to when you're taking on the first order stormtroopers. And there's also the fly mechanics. They said have been approved. And they're gonna be more like dogfights in that game.
us. So yeah, we'll just have to we'll kind of have to see what it's like, and we'll know more about it later.
So yeah, if you
Especially when we see
guys
more trailers coming out.
Yeah, so if you guys are wanting, if you're listening to podcasts and you're wanting to learn more news, make sure to stay update with Game Informer. There's going to be a update, um, new update on Game Informer's website on February 5th, so not far away at all. Which I think they're going to do a news update every other day. It's going to be only for this month though, and then and stuff will start announcing the content. But yes, like I said, super excited for this game. I'm 100% gonna get it. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. Um, and it's so much nostalgia, and this game just looks action and just packed of fanboy Star Wars dreams because they're adding new stuff. It's awesome. So yeah, that is pretty much my final thoughts. I know I talked about it a lot. That's just because I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty a treat for Star Wars fans, is what I'll say.
So yeah, I mean, why don't you start
Also,
us? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
a quick update to something we did in a past episode. When I said Dying Light was offering a DLC, not DLC, but expansion free for people who already own the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's not. I don't think it's. I think you have to get the following, which is a DLC for Dying Light. I think it's like $10, but you have to get that to get the enhancement. But there are a few enhancements that you will get without the DLC. But I thought we would cover that because, I mean, like, it's kind of false information. I got it from a bit. I thought it was a reliable source, but it ended up not being reliable. So
I did.
yeah,
I did just there's some breaking I just find some breaking news on GameInformer.com while we're talking it is gaming news is that the Mac and I forget how to say it, links what's that other Mac and Link I don't know how to say it the other computer types will not be getting Arkham Knight. They will not. It's been canceled.
wow, you can't even buy it anymore.
Well, on Mac and stuff, it's on PC you can still get it, but on if you're a Mac user or a Links user, you will not be able to get Batman Arkham Knight. It was supposed to come out spring of 2016, and Rocksteady have decided to cancel it, which is kind of weird because they have nothing else going on. So unless they're secretly making
I
something
think they're
else.
just so sick of making Batman stuff that they're like, you know what, forget it, we're not gonna do it.
So yeah, that's some breaking news there. So I mean, like, what are your thoughts about that? I mean, I feel pretty sad for Mac people because I'm a Mac person. So if I was not a console person and I had to get stuff on Mac, I would be so mad right now.
Yeah, I would be, especially if I paid for it already.
Yeah, if you pre-ordered it, I mean, I bet you they're gonna. I bet you they're gonna. If you pre-ordered it, you're probably going to get your money back.
If they don't, they're like the worst developers ever.
Yep.
That's just terrible. To take it away and not give you your money back would be terrible.
Yep.
Especially if you bought like the deluxe edition with DLC, if they have that.
Oh, there is
Oh
gonna.
man.
Oh, I yeah. And speaking of Arkham Knight, we'll just mix this in with the canceled news. There is I think it was either a rumor or a leak that the complete edition for Arkham Knight is coming out.
The complete edition.
It's
Uh, okay. I can get it. It's probably gonna be a bit lower than with the season. If you bought the game with the season pass, it'll probably be like a bit lower,
it's
or
gonna
maybe
be
it'll be $60. I don't know.
yeah. So if you're somebody who's waiting, right now I'm just saying it's a rumor slash leak. So I don't
If you're
take.
somebody who's waiting, kudos to you because you have like the best patience in the world. Like,
Yeah.
if you've lasted through the Mac and Link being canceled, and have lasted to this point without losing your mind, like kudos to you.
Yeah. I don't have much to talk about that because I already have season pass. There's no point in me getting it. I already have the game with the season pass. There's no point in me getting it. So I
You
really don't
also
have
buy the
much.
game again for no reason.
I didn't do that with Arkham City. I didn't, even though I got all the DLC for Arkham City. I didn't. But
The Arkham City cover for that looked cool though.
yeah, it had 10 out of 10s and everything on it. So although this game is not game of
10
the
out of 10
year, so
IGN.
although yeah, oh, but
They
you
should
know
have had
this.
like on it a fake, and it was like 5 out of 5 IGN. Too many sharks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much to talk about it, so I will just give my final thoughts now because I don't have much to say about it. I'll just give my final thoughts now. Is with the Mac and link thing or whatever links, I don't know how to say it. With that stuff being canceled, I feel really sorry for you Mac people who have waited this long. You had to wait so long, and then all of it's just like canceled. I
I
feel
know.
so bad for you
Ridiculous.
right now. If you're one of those people like me who's a Mac person, luckily I have a PlayStation 4, so I got the game.
It'd be so mean if they like released the complete edition before telling people that the Mac edition would be canceled.
So yeah, I mean, it's. I'm sorry for you guys. I really am. I truly am because it's
I'm sorry. You should have faith in
Arkham
me.
Knight's a good game, and I know some people really love it and some people really hate it. Don't
Some
have
people are
your
really looking forward to it.
have your own opinions, but I mean, yeah. But then with to do complete edition, I don't really care for it. I'm not gonna buy it. It's irrelevant to me. So yeah. What are your final thoughts?
Um, I just think that I'm tired of Arkham Knight by now. And I think it stinks to the Mac users because they haven't even get to experience Arkham Knight.
I know.
Or what they experienced was the weirdest, horrible glitches ever. So it just so bad
Yeah.
for the Mac users. I just feel so sorry for them.
Okay, so why don't you do our first minor story? Because we're going into the minor stories now, which we're gonna make these really brief because
Okay.
we've talked enough about the other stuff. We're gonna make these really brief.
Yeah, this is probably like 5 hour video. But our minor story today is DC has plans for a Teen Titans show that TNT rejected.
Okay, so with this, I was really disappointed with this. This really
TNT? Really?
this was like last year, and they said
Not at all what I thought it was gonna be. Like if it was on a channel, I would not think TNT.
it was either last year or the end of 2014. They were a leaked character cast for Teen Titans came out and said it was on TNT. TNT was like talking about how there's something coming in 2016, and then and now they're just canceling it, which I'm really disappointed about. But Jeff Johns made some sneaky like little kind of things on his in an interview talking about how we have plans for the Titans now since it's been canceled. I was like, ooh, movie,
We got
please.
plans for the Titans now. We're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, there's so many things you can do with the Teen Titans, like games, movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
Like, I hope a TV show. That's what I hope.
Yeah,
But seeing as the TV shows have been now, I don't know if I'd just rather have a movie. I'm sorry, Flash and Arrow, but sometimes it's just weird.
this is the last Flash episode was the only one I really disliked.
Well, I mean, there's not just a whole lot to talk about canceled shows, but seeing as what it might have been, like Flash is a decent like show. It's like it's no way compares to Arrow's two first seasons. And if Teen Titans was like Arrow's first two seasons, or like every season was like the first season of Arrow, it would be an amazing show.
I
So
enjoyed Flash season one more than I enjoyed Arrow season one. I'll be honest.
I love Arrow season one. It might just be my personal preference,
Yeah. So
but
yeah.
I don't know how you'd do it. Like, if you want, you have to pick a route you're gonna take. Like, if you want Teen Titans to be more fun or realistic, or they're trying to be like the superheroes that are adults, like in
Yeah.
the what's the show called? Was it just Teen Titans?
Yeah.
No, Young Justice.
Young
Young Justice
Justice,
League? Yeah,
which might be getting us
Young
season three.
Justice. First, I get confused because there's another show on TNT called Cold Justice, and I get confused.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was getting confused with that, and then I was just like confused.
Yeah.
I get confused a lot, so if you're watching this, you probably already know.
So, I mean, I don't have much to talk about this because it's canceled. All I can hope for now is a movie, and I'm hoping that that rumor that the Cyborg movie is actually a Teen Titan movie may be more possible now. I don't know, but that's kind of my final thoughts because I don't want to go too much into this. So I'm just gonna say, hopefully, this now means a movie, and yeah, because I love to see Nightwing on the big screen. Yeah. Anyway,
I would too.
so that's
Or
my final
Robin,
thoughts.
Tim Drake, whoever.
That's my
I
final
just want
thoughts.
to see a sidekick on TV instead of that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because like the timeline was all screwed up. Why wasn't it Dick Grayson? That would make more sense because Dick Grayson was the security guard.
Yeah. So, what were your final?
That
What were your final
a little
thoughts,
bit
be?
of a rant there, but my final thoughts was like, I think so many people would love like uh, Teen Titans show. I mean, not an animated show, but like an actual Teen Titans action,
Yeah.
not action, live action show. I think it was a bit of a missed opportunity on TNT's part
Mhm.
because like you've seen the CW and how much it's changed with the superheroes being on it. Because it's like it's all of a sudden CW is all over Twitter
Yeah.
and all on social media because all these superhero fans talking about it. And I think that if TNT did that, like with Teen Titans, imagine how many people would be talking about TNT, like advertising their network without even meaning to. I think it would be great for TNT.
Yep. I thought it would be great too,
But
but
I think TNT kind of goes more for the gritty realism.
yeah. I mean, it's a drama channel, so I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the next minor story is that Gwendolyn Christie in a new interview confirmed that she was in the next Star Wars movie. She just said next Star Wars movie. She didn't say Captain Phasma. She just said she's in the next Star Wars movie. That's all she said.
I don't see her playing a different character.
I don't see her playing a different
And
character.
it doesn't make any sense. Like Ray is all of a sudden some different person in the next movie. That would be terrible.
Like
So I don't see any actor changing who they are in the movie. I don't
well,
get that. That'd be
it's it's weird because people were talking about it because she said next Star Wars movie, and the next Star Wars movie is Rogue One. So maybe they're saying Gwendolyn Christie's going to be in Rogue One.
I think some people take things too serious and literal.
But I think that I mean it. I think it just means that Captain Phasma is confirmed not dead, and then she's fine.
Because like people make mistakes when talking. Like
Yeah.
just watch this podcast and you'll know. And so some people might just slip up because like I would have said next Star Wars movie. I wouldn't be thinking about Rogue One. So
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be
like
thinking about Ronan.
I don't think she's dead. Like that would be so terrible. Like we're making a great female character that's going to get dumped in a trash chute and killed in the first movie and not ever really even mentioned. So
Yep. So
I don't think she's dead.
yeah. So
She
me.
might have been one of those big female roles that
Oh
were.
yeah.
Um, that's what I thought when you said that.
Yeah, but they said too
I thought,
new, so they said new.
oh, that's true.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, but
That was a
fine.
slip up too. Everything they said was a slip up. None of this is confirmed.
No, this is confirmed. This is confirmed. The interview's actually the interview's actually
Yes, this is
real.
confirmed.
The interview's real. So yeah, final thoughts for me. Captain Phasma being in episode 8 for me, I already kind of knew about it because Kathleen Kennedy, the new like kind of person who runs Lucasfilm, kind of slipped that where she said like Captain Phasma will have a she said Captain Phasma will have a bigger will have a huge role in episode 8. That's what she said. So I'm
Didn't
like
think she was dead anyways.
I didn't think she was dead anyway. So yeah, that's kind of my final thoughts. Is that it's not. I mean, I'm happy that I guess she kind of confirmed it, but yeah, it's nothing. I already kind of knew, so yeah, I'm happy, but yeah, so that's kind of my final thoughts. So what are your final thoughts?
I think that she's definitely gonna be in episode 8. Uh,
Yep, yep,
yep.
yep. Oh, sorry, you cut out for a
Anyways,
second, so
the last.
I didn't know if you were talking.
Oh, sorry. The last minor story for today is the new Justice League Action TV cartoon show confirmed for Cartoon Network. And
Um.
like, um, I don't know. Like, I think it's okay. I'll be definitely tuning in just to see how it is.
Oh, I'll definitely be tuning in because I mean it's Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill were talking about it on Twitter, and they were kind of teasing an animated project they were talking about. So most people thought, oh, this means Killing Joke animated movies coming out. So they're both going to be Batman and Joker, and well, it means they're
Man,
going.
like, how many times is Mark Hamill gonna reprise his role as Joker
I know he said he retired when
before he
Arkham City
finally
was
does
done.
it?
He said he retired when Arkham City was done.
It's just bad.
So I mean, I don't. I mean,
Although,
I'm excited for the
although
show.
I do like Mark Hamill, so I can't say too much.
Yeah, I'm excited for the show. Because I mean Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and rumors that other people from the original Justice League cartoon, or not the original, not Super Friends. I'm not talking about Super Friends. I'm talking about, I'm talking,
Friends.
I'm talking about the Justice League show in like 2000, was it 2006 or something like that. So yeah, there's rumors that they're gonna voice their prizing role, which if that happens, awesome. I don't care about the animation style then. If all those voice actors are back, I wouldn't care about their animation style because the animation style just looks weird. But
I haven't actually seen the animation style.
it's
To
a
be honest,
there's a
like
picture.
I'm kind of worried. What is it like? What does it kind of look like?
It just looks
Does it
like
look like the
a.
real Batman?
It looks like more of like a kiddie-ish version of Justice League. That's pretty much what it looks like. The animation.
I'm worried.
So
Wait, is
yes.
that like those dolls that they had? Or is it going like that?
No, it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like the animation, like the kind of animation on like those like super like DC Supergirls things. That's kind of the animation looks like.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So
Well,
that was my kind of final thoughts there. It was I'm excited and I'll definitely be tuning in.
yep. I think the lesson here today is I can't stop from doing a rant.
Yep. That was the
I've
lesson
done like
today.
2 mini rants.
We've had mini rants, and this
Like,
show, I think, has lasted about 2 hours. So this is going to be fun to upload. Yay!
since you made it to the end, again, kudos to you. You have the most patience in the world.
Um, I mean, this is going to be fun to upload. This is going to have to upload all night, and it's going to be great.
And since this has happened, since the arrow's already been on and off for a while now, how did you like it? Put it in the comments below if you're
if
Still
you're
here.
watching.
Put comments below if you
And
liked
yeah,
the
put
Arrow
tell
episode.
us your opinions on the story that
Before
on the yeah
before yeah, sorry, get confused again
yeah.
because I'm always getting confused.
Okay, so in today's episode we learned that Shotwire gets confused and likes to rant. Anyway,
I'm like
anyway
the old man.
anyway, um, if you anyway, if you have to comment on any of the stories that we talked about today, make sure to leave in the comment section below. And I'm just gonna keep talking while he laughs. Um, so I mean, yeah. So if you enjoy, if you want to talk about some of the stories that we talked about in the comment section below, give us your opinions on it. It'd be really fun to chat with you guys about what you thought about the different stories in this week's in not this week's, but in this second episode of Heroes Talk. And if you want, and our links to our a link to Shotwire's channel will be in the description of my video, and I think that Shotwire
Link
put
to Software's channel will be in my video
yeah. So
description.
and then also links to our Twitter would be down below. So if you want to keep kind of updated with us and see kind of what's happening with our channels and also with this podcast. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to show me that you did enjoy by leaving comments. I mean, liking the video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Goodbye.